Howdy, howdy. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It is Friday, February 18th, 2022. This is episode 50. What? Made it to 50. I need one of those clap tracks or laugh tracks or woohoo tracks. I'm so excited to be here. I made it through all of the fun stuff and about to do graduation, so I am excited. Also, really excited. Let me tell you, today the weather right now is 51 degrees outside. Mother Nature, make up your mind. Make up your mind. It was like 80 degrees yesterday. Today it was 51. No, we're good. We're good. Let's move along with this craziness. I am tired of being cold. It hurts us. My special guest today is Mr. Scott Strickland. Let me read this brother's bio here. Scott has been around for a good minute, and his bio says I can't open it. So I'm just going to bring him on board so he can just talk for himself. Poof.
Hey there.
Hello, friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day, like you said. It's a beautiful day outside. The weather does need to make up its mind, but it's a nice day. Yeah.
You men folk like this cold. I'm freezing. Like my
hmm
fingertips hurt. I don't. That.
I'm a polar bear. I've got the like I'll have the door open and like the fans going and like it's just like a cool like nice 55 degrees in my apartment at all
Oh,
times. Yeah. Yeah. I like to snuggle up. I'm one of the I'm one of those guys.
one of the snuggle bunnies. My
Yeah.
apartment is also 63 degrees uh all the time.
Mm.
So I have a little heater running until it gets to 100 and, 15 outside. And then I'm like, no, we're good. We're good with this heat.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to open this video, but it will. Oh, there it is. Bing. Poof.
Video.
That song, the your bio.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
Took me a while to find it.
No, it's
But,
okay.
I'm special. I'm special. You have been on the move, brother. I see you blip, 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 blip this year. Good job. Good job. Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah. Trying to run at a good pace. Trying to make sure I pace myself, drink plenty of water. Um, Roger Blevins of Mingo Fist Trap was the best. Some of the best advice I got during like I guess like a release kind of thing, where it's like keep the coffee pot warm. So yeah,
Oh,
definitely plenty of coffee. There's no coffee in here. Actually, this was hot chocolate this morning, but
you
there
don't
will be coffee on after this interview. So yeah,
coffee. Me and coffee. Yay. I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not the best on coffee.
You're not.
No. I
You worked at
will.
Starbucks though.
Yes, but I was one of the weirdos that didn't drink coffee. I was
Oh,
not a coffee drinker, and I got so much flack. I'm like, I don't. No.
got it. Yeah. No, I love because when I worked at Starbucks, I think I became more appreciative because I grew up on like Folgers,
Yeah.
and just like I forget what the other one was in the blue one. Um, but
Now
yeah,
you're gonna make my brain think.
I know. I'm not doing that. It's okay. But yeah, but like when I got to Starbucks, it's like, oh, like different coffees grow at different altitudes, and or the coffee beans, and they get roasted at different temperatures, and all this other stuff, and based on that, and all this other stuff. I mean, it was just the physics behind how to make a good cup of coffee is like amazing to me, and so I very much appreciate everyone that works at Starbucks, and
How
um,
long did you do Starbucks? Did I know you worked at Starbucks? How long were you at Starbucks?
I was at Starbucks. I don't think you knew. It was like I guess in a previous life or something. But I worked there during graduate school. Like I did a couple of stints. So I did a year, and then I worked there for a year. This was like I think 2010 or something, right? And then I worked there for a year, took a year off to do like some touring with like a little country artist, and then after that tour was over, I came back and finished up my Starbucks and my grad work, and then I moved to Austin. So, and then I decided I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna work at Star. I'm not gonna. I was gonna transition to Starbucks here, but I was like, nah, it's cool. We'll figure it out, and that's yeah. So, but it was fun. It was a fun job. It was like one of the best jobs I ever had. Was at
My
Starbucks. It was great.
there you go. I was off and on for 14 years,
Hmm.
and my mindset is if you can work at Starbucks, you can handle any sort of live gig. Because if you can't multitask at Starbucks, you didn't work there for very long.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Absolutely love that company. It's
Hmm.
one of the reasons why I'm still alive and kicking here in this crazy world.
I know.
Let me run
I
this
know.
here. Also the best job ever. It's also the reason why I was able to go back to school in 2017. So I'll be finishing up my degree here
Hmm.
at the end of this month. So
That's awesome.
excited.
That's really cool. Congratulations on. I mean, that's been. I mean, it's tough. It's hard.
It's
It's hard.
yes, and especially online
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah. Work at your own pace or something like that. Even if it's not, it's just like just online, not having to physically be in like the classroom and stuff. Like I don't know how all these virtual kids are doing it. I don't know. All this virtual at home, whatever, not being in school. I would not have graduated high school if it was my if I had to like, oh, I could just be at home and not do anything and just watch Captain Planet all day. Oh no, like
Captain
that's yeah,
Planet, what?
yeah. But anyway, congratulations though. I guess that's what I meant to say because it's hard. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do, and I commend you for doing that. That's
And
awesome.
anybody that says online school is easy, you could kiss my gluteus maximus. Not hardest thing, 16 weeks of information into 7 weeks.
Hmm.
And there's no instructor that you can reach out to
Nope.
immediately. It takes 3 or 4 days. I got to do
Nope.
that. Oh my God. No, just had the best time and the worst time. It kept me sane and insane at the same time during the pandemic, systemic race war, Texas freeze.
Yeah, that was that's I guess it's yeah, it's like I mean what's that thing where you're like yeah I don't know what it is. You like have to survive like all these different things or whatever. I don't it's escaping me at the moment. But yeah, that's true. Like in the last couple of years, we've been through a lot.
Yep. Like I
you
even
know,
got a dog now. What?
yeah,
The dog?
I know. It's kind of insane. And I was gonna say earlier, like the weather needing to make up its mind and everything. We just have to kind of like take stock and personal inventory. I came across like one of my old pictures on Facebook. And it was me like shriveling in bed, just like just shaking. Posting in my stories that like I'm so cold. I've got like breath coming out of like I could see my breath coming out of my mouth and everything. It was bad. It was really bad. Like my apartment complex. I mean, I'm sure every apartment complex was like this too. But they were just like, oh, you're on your. Like, they just sent out like one last blast transmission. I wouldn't even call it an email. It was a transmission. They were just like, you're on your own. They opened up the gates, and that was like, that was it. They just let us have it. So yeah, I'm
Yep.
glad that everyone acted civilized during that time for the most part, and we didn't like loot or burn or steal anything. That was kind of amazing that none of that happened.
But nobody could get outside. That was the problem. No, I mean, you couldn't even go outside your front door, and I didn't have a
That's
dog
true.
at the time. And I was
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't have an animal because it would have died. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. We have to be inside. We can't go outside. And for me, I was like, I locked myself up in my bedroom
Uh,
with 3 layers of clothing on. And thank you so much for being part of the ATXM group that got
yeah.
water to me. I was like, because I was melting water from outside. It for the oh
Yeah. I know. I know.
man, the material that is going to come out of the pandemic is gonna
If
song
we ever
wise.
get out of it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to like get the
Oh,
page shut down or anything, but there's like there's I don't know, like there's like caseloads are down like all over the country and everything, which is great. But like, I mean, I wonder how many people are actually like going to get tests because
true.
or we've got these at home kits now. Like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like COVID's surging everywhere else, but here it's like going down. I don't know I don't know what that's all about. I don't get it. We'll find out.
We'll find out
We'll find out.
5 years from now what the kids will be saying. Remember
Right?
that
Exactly.
time back
Yeah.
then? Let's.
They've got like a hand right here, or something.
No,
Just
don't
kidding.
say
I'm kidding.
that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's see. Let me read some of Scott's bio here. Scott relocated to Austin, Texas in 2013, forming the Scott Strickland Band and releasing two critically acclaimed EPs, Flight of the Sun, the Eastern Suns, I can't see that, Sessions, there you go, and Try This Love 2016, both undoubtedly and I can't read that word, Cumbra something. What is that word? What are those words?
I don't
Cumbra,
know. I don't. I don't. I'm not looking at my body.
Cumbra and Cumbra scale.
I may have misspelled something. I don't.
No,
I don't know.
no,
I don't. Well, I didn't write it. So.
anyway, we'll move on. Yes, comparable to Dave Matthews, absolutely. I can see that. But trust that if you could sing this way, you would sing this way. Scott also it has a big show coming on the what April 30th at the
April
Paramount
30th. Yeah, at the Paramount.
at the
Yeah.
Paramount with the young ladies. Wait a minute,
Erica Michelle.
there you go. I
Hmm.
was gonna say Sarah Michelle. My brain just it's real. I keep it real.
Wow.
I'm special. I know I am. That's why it took me so long to finish school.
Stop that. Give yourself some grace.
No, I found out the last 2 weeks of school of last term for my math because it was my 10th time to take this math class
Uh
that
huh.
I have what's called dyscalculia.
Oh.
It
Okay.
is a real thing. And I was like, well, thank you. Somebody made it make sense because I could tell you what you were talking about all during class, but come test time, my brain went, look, squirrel.
Yeah. I mean, there's also test anxiety too. I mean, I have a lot of. I mean, like it's. I mean, it's very synonymous with stage fright and all that. It's like you just want to. You're put so much pressure on you to like do well and everything that you just the fear of not doing well is what you actually give into during the time that you're supposed to be doing
uh,
the right
well,
thing. So like, yeah, and I had to. I mean, I had to do a remedial math class when I was in college. There was like an 098 and then an 099. I took like the 099 twice, and then I took college algebra like twice. So yeah, I mean, I'm totally like in your boat. I'm much better at math now. It took me like actually understanding like photography and like like cameras and all that stuff and understanding how that works. So I was like, okay, cool. So I can actually apply that stuff to here because you learn about parallelograms in your math class or like what or what pi is or like the quadratic equation and they just give you this equation. It's like, okay, cool, this is what it is, memorize it, and there's no way of applying it. You know but once you understand how to actually apply it, it's like, oh, that makes sense now. I guess I like math. And I actually like math, but I didn't back then because there was just like just a completely different language to me. So yeah, I get it. I relate to it. I
I
digress.
come from the background of music theory. I comprehend music
Mm.
theory. I understand it well. I can do Roman numeral analysis of music theory. Easy. Love it. Fun. Game. A pi to somebody's square that needs a diameter and a radius. I don't care. My favorite word is exponentially. Pay me exponentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Other than
Yeah.
that, math hurt my head and my heart. But thank you, Professor Gutierrez at ACC College, who got me through math this term. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I would kiss her feet right now if I could, because I was like, I can't take no more of this math class.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm so
It's a
glad.
lot.
It's I'm glad. Ah! Let's
Yeah.
move on. Let's talk more about Scott.
Well, hold on. No, no,
So
no. Well, before we do that, okay. So like you graduate this semester, right? This.
I'm finishing my last class in on the March 1st, and then I go and I'm walking the stage
Okay.
in May
In
in
May.
Arizona. I'm going
You're going
to
to Arizona. Okay.
yeah, because I'm graduating from Arizona State University,
That's right. That's right. You told me that. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay.
which is a
So I mean,
trip.
yeah, it's a good party school too. Like we can just go there and like
What school is not a party school?
I know that's a good point. But we could just go there with like a couple of bottles or something and like,
Oh, I mean,
slosh.
we're gonna talk off camera about that stuff.
It's a beautiful place.
It
It's
is.
a
It
beautiful
is.
place.
The weather. I think it's much. It's not as cold as ours, but I'm sure. But anyway, it's the desert, so it's a different type of weather. I haven't been there.
Hmm.
For the.
It gets pretty cold at night, but it's good. It's good.
Okay, so
Sorry.
your show's coming up on the April 30th at the
April
Paramount.
30th.
Talk
Yeah.
about that,
Uh huh.
and your new single that you released or your new album that you released. What's it about?
Yeah.
What's it called?
So LA is the single, and that came out like I think it was January 22nd or something, sometime like almost a month ago at this point. Been good, been great, been a good run. And then the album comes out April 30th. There's no like title to this self-titled album. It's just Scott Strickland.
That's good.
Um,
That counts. What?
yeah, I mean it does. It does. I mean, I was trying to think of like a name for it or something, and I was the last two um, records or EPs or whatever. I just like took like a little thing from the lyric and named that the album, and I just didn't want to do that this time. I just wanted to whatever. It's just Scott Strickland. There's no real like. I mean, you're kind of hodgepodging. Some old songs, some new songs together. You don't really know what to really call it. I don't know. It was supposed to though, and maybe in my defense or not, it was supposed to be called Journeyman, but which a journeyman in the electrician's world or whatever is like you're not a professional, right? You're not a master, but you're not a novice either. You're somewhere in the middle of that. And then I just decided I wasn't going to name it that. I was like, that doesn't need to happen. So it's just Scott Strickland, and there's no. I really like the. I think I'm going to start talking like album cover and stuff in March, and all that stuff. We've got all the merch. Well, most of the merch is getting made now. I'm working on that today. Actually, we've got vinyl coming in, which is super exciting too. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just over the moon, and it just looks like really nice without the name on it, just with
Where
nothing. It's
where
just my
did you
picture.
record?
The studio called I can't remember if it's Studio 601 or 601 Studio. I think it's Studio 601. It's like off Ditmar, William Cannon area, South Austin, and Mike Ingber, and Eric Harrison, and Andy Nolte, who worked on a lot of the arranging and stuff. They did a really good job. They did a really really good job on bringing those songs to life, production wise, because production wise and live wise, as you know, is like
Two different beasts.
way different, way different. Like they're just like you cannot, yeah, yeah, unless you're like doing a live album in the studio. But even that, still, it's like
That's a different beast too.
that's a different beast too. But like, yeah, like actually breaking those songs apart and putting it together again piece by piece, and like having to put this here and put that there and throw that thing out. And there were like days in the studio where we just like, this isn't working, you know, and we had to like go back in and redo it. So like, I mean, it's you think it's gonna work or whatever, and it's not gonna work. And I had the time. It was COVID, and I was like, we're gonna. I had time. I had time. I was like, we're gonna do it right because like
I think I remember you
who's
going,
waiting?
I'm pulling out my hair. I'm in the studio. Call me back later. Click.
Yeah, yeah. Because the whole world was pretty much falling apart and all that stuff, and I was I mean yeah, and I was just in the studio just grinding my ass out.
That doesn't sound right. That don't sound right.
I
Don't.
know, I know. I mean, it's what it felt like sometimes too, because it was like, oh man, can we just be done with this? It's like, nope, nope. Like, give me, and that was the other thing too. Like, Mike was very much like a, you could do better. That take could be better, like in the vocal booth or whatever.
Oh, that's
It's like,
good. He's
yeah,
one of those.
oh
Prod,
yeah, yeah.
prod, prod, prod,
Let's
prod.
get back in there and do it. Like the 10th, like the fifth or sixth take, you're just like, okay, like I'm done. He was like, okay, I think you're done. I think you're done. I think we got enough here.
That
But
reminds
yeah.
me of Etta James at Muscle Shoals. That video. I don't know if
Mm,
you saw it. He's
mm-hmm.
like, you got one more in you. It's like, she gonna choke you in a minute. That's a good producer though. Those are the type of people that will get
Hmm.
something out of those 10, 20 takes of you
Yeah.
somewhere along the way in there. So
Hmm.
that's a good. Let me ask you some questions now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. What are you reading today?
What am I reading? There. Okay. So, um, what am I reading today? I haven't read anything today.
Okay,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just yeah. Um,
that's
not
all right.
yeah. Like there's this little mini book of like proverbs, and it's just like Old Testament like book of proverbs thing. And I've
Huh.
actually wanted to because I got it like last year, I think in July or something, and
Mhm.
then I read it, and then I said I was gonna keep reading it basically when the new year started, and I haven't picked it up at all since the new year started. So I'm actually picking that up like today. So I mean, I pulled it off the shelf, and I haven't read anything from it, but I have the intention of reading it starting today. But that's
Books like that are like my stack of books I want to take with me when I'm on tour.
hmm
I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I'm going to read this because I'm going to have time because my brain's going to be like the wheels go around and the bus.
yep.
Anyway, uh, let's see. Okay, my favorite question, of course, is if you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower, I hmm, I think that hold on,
Mm,
I would fly. I would fly.
with actual wings or just have a jet or
No,
something?
no, just like just me. Like Superman, Krypton kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kryptonian kind of thing. Yeah, just fly.
Have to have those special goggles on so that the
Right, yeah.
bugs.
Unless it was something like Batman or something. He doesn't really fly. He just kind of
Batman
flies
had
up.
gadgets though. That
Batman
Mr.
has gadgets. Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
super gadget guy. I was like,
I'm
dude, what else you got on there? Come on, pull it out. Pull it. Come
right.
on.
I know. I'm so excited for the new Batman movie to come out too. I'm a
There's
huge.
another one.
Oh my god! Have you not heard of this? Have you not heard of this?
Is it the black Batman this
No,
time?
unfortunately, it's not. But it's still it's Batman and it's good. And it's got Zoe Kravitz in it too. She's Catwoman. It's gonna be
Zoe's cool.
yeah, man. It's gonna be great. I
Just
can't wait.
I'm
I
ready
can't
for
wait.
some new superheroes. I'm just saying
I'm
I'm
ready
that
for some original
age.
movies.
Yes.
I'm
Stop.
ready to get back to it's like all the original content now is on streaming services that you have to pay for. I'm used to just going to the movies to see that. You know,
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe that's something that you can do. Put out some movie about how to make a camera operate the right way on the lights. I don't know, something. Favorite food to eat before or after a show?
Uh, um, a taco. But well, okay, okay. So it's like okay, before a show, something light, like maybe a salad. I've been really into Greek salads lately. I don't know why.
It's
Um,
that feta cheese. Mm.
yeah, yeah, that feta cheese and that pepperoncini and that Kalamata olive and that. Yeah, it's great. That I mean, something light before, and then after be like a nice taco or something like a nice like greasy like taco al carbone or something. Just something I don't know.
We're talking about Taco Bell taco, or we're talking about one of them on the street vendor tacos.
Depends on how much I've been drinking, but I
Okay, there you
think
go.
if there's enough in the system in the tank, then I'm probably gonna get like a Taco Bell kind of thing. But if and I would not be driving by the way, someone else would be driving. But
Uber.
Uber, yes. But if I'm like, oh, I've just finished like a nice little gig or whatever, it's still early enough. Yeah, let's go get like something, some kind of Mexican, food or something like
Yummy.
that. You know,
What do you, oh, I can't think of the word now. Where you call a little grandma in Spanish. Uh,
abuelita.
yes, get a little
Yeah, yeah,
abuelito to make you some
yeah, yeah,
something tasty.
yeah. I'm a huge fan of Mexican food. I just love it. So I mean, like traditional like Mexican food. Like I made a tortilla soup, like with chicken
Oh,
bones and all that stuff,
that's good
and
stuff.
cilantro, all that. Just a couple weeks ago. Delicious. I froze half of it. 'Cause I make way too much food for myself. I mean, this huge like stock pot, and I just like it's just me. Like,
And then you just let it stay for the whole week. I mean, that's what I
yeah,
do.
I
I
know,
cook
but
for the
that's the other
week.
thing too. Like, I can't eat like the same thing every day. Like, I can't. I'm not
Oh,
one of those guys. You know, I could just like eat. Okay, I'll just what's for what's for dinner. I guess it's tortilla soup again. You
I'm
know.
boring. I will make food prep meal for the whole week and I'll eat that for the whole week. But
Yeah,
that's just me. I'm boring.
I need to be more disciplined about that because I spend way too much money on groceries. Way too much money.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the way. This is how we do. Okay, top five, top five places you would like to perform in the world. In the world.
In the world, um, I would love to perform in Mexico, and I forget there's like this new venue that's the Rivio de Maya or something like that. I don't know. I would love to perform there. I would love to perform um at the Moody here in Austin. That would be pretty cool. Um, I like to Red Rocks. That'd be great. Um, maybe somewhere in New York. Like
Yeah.
I would say like maybe Madison Square Garden, but I don't know. I really I don't know. I really I would love to perform in New York, England. I would love to perform honestly like in Houston because I have never done an official show like in Houston, and that's like crazy to me. Somewhere in Los Angeles or somewhere in California, that'd be kind of cool. I know California's big, so maybe just Los Angeles or something. And I think that was four. Colorado, yeah. I mean, I think those places would do it. And I mean, like they could be like the small, like intimate setting venues. You know, I mean, it could be something that small and still be that meaningful. You know, it doesn't have to be like Madison Square Garden or something. It could just be I don't know, just being in a room with an instrument and a microphone, and people are just listening to every single thing that you're saying. That's magic to me.
That is magic.
It's so cool to have that because you're really you're. It's not even about like doing a good show or a bad show at that point. You're just telling a story, and you're bringing them along with you, and you hope they like the ending of it or something or whatever. But yeah, it just transcends that whole like expectation thing that we were talking about earlier with the whole like I hope I do good on this test kind of thing.
To that point, one of my favorite gigs I ever did, I could hear, because this is back when people could still smoke in bars. I
Mm-hmm.
could hear the smoke out of their breath,
Mm-hmm.
and I could hear them tinkling the ice in their glass because they were
Mm-hmm.
that intensely listening. I was like, oh, okay, they're listening. Let me play my
Yeah.
music.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do good.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And somehow you just do. It's just like even if you were to mess up on something, or even if it doesn't matter. Like you have like you just you have them and they have you, and it's just like this whole like energy kind of thing. You know
Mhm.
that you're just responding to. It's like a call and response from just the energy that's there, and it's just really cool.
It's very powerful, very
Mm-hmm.
powerful.
Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies or
Hobbies.
interest outside of music?
So I
Which,
recently, and I might get myself in trouble for this, but I recently downloaded the new Halo on Xbox. Um,
the game?
yeah, Xbox
Okay.
One. Yeah, and because I'm not buying like an X or PlayStation 5. I'm just not doing it. But I've just been playing that. Not a lot, but enough to where I think that I might need to like not play it so much. You know what I mean? Like like
Wait, do you
I
have the
kind of
headphone and the goggles and the
yeah,
thing and the?
I do have a headset, and I do have like a special controller thing, and I do have like uh
You have a
uh
special chair.
no. No, I don't have a special. I just play on my couch. It's
Okay.
fine. I don't know like that. Just I don't know. I'm not gonna get into the chair thing, but
I've seen the special chairs. It's like, woo.
it's kind. They're kind of. I mean, they're fancy, but they're kind of weird. I don't know. Like the whole thing vibrates and stuff, and it's just like
Hmm.
I don't know. Like you've been sitting on that thing like all day. You know, it's just like I don't, you know. I mean, I don't know. It's like Like that's all I think about when I see this special chair. You know, it's not like I mean that's why I purposefully like don't have I use like like a dining room table chair, so I have to get up. You know, I
Move
have to
about.
move about, aerate, you know, kind of thing. I can't just sit there
Gotcha.
and all that stuff. But yeah, Halo is it's something that I've been playing. You know, not a whole lot, but you know, again, you know, maybe a gut check was necessary. And
Don't.
what was the question again?
Do you have any hobbies outside of music? What
Yeah,
well, you just did. You just said Halo.
yeah.
So that's a game. You like to play the games.
I like to
The
play the game.
gamer.
I'm a chess guy. I'm getting back into chess.
Oh,
Yeah, I meet with a friend like every other week, and we do like a little catching up, and we play chess, and he always beats me, which is fine.
it's
Which is
okay. That's how you learn.
yeah, exactly. One day I'll beat him.
Chess is the reason I comprehended music theory playing with my daughter when she was a child. Because
Really?
she was learning how to play chess and I was playing with her and
Uh huh.
it made music theory click in my head. And I was like, oh, okay,
That's weird.
I'm weird. I am
That's
weird.
that's weird. I mean, also, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I really, I probably, I'm learning music theory. I'm learning it, but I don't understand it. Like, I mean, you could, I mean, you teach music, so you can, you obviously know it, but, um,
So you know how in chess you can move forward, backwards,
yeah,
right? That's
yeah,
music theory.
huh, okay,
Music theory, you can go flint, 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 or
uh
flint,
huh,
or flint.
right,
You can move the notes however you want to. That's the beauty of music.
mm-hmm.
And music theory defines what the music is
Mm.
after the fact. It's
After the
not.
fact,
It's not. It's it. You can compose and create what from music theory, but music theory goes and listens or defines what you created. Does that make sense?
yeah,
I
yeah,
love music theory.
interesting. Okay,
That's how nerdy my brain is.
I like that, huh?
That's why chess went. I went, oh my gosh, that's it. Yes. Circle of fifths, all that stuff totally
Mm-hmm.
clicked in.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
nerd.
I know a little bit about the circle of fifths, not a whole lot. And again, I should definitely know more at this point, especially this
It's
point.
just a
But
tool.
yeah, I know.
It's just a tool.
It's so much to learn about music though, like production wise, and like you know what a DAW is, and like the
Oh,
mixer and the microphones, and what does this and what button does that, and busing and all that. It's just, there's so much that there's so much that I want to learn that it's just like forget it. I don't want to learn any of it. Like
because it's
fine,
very time consuming.
yeah.
Very,
But I mean,
very,
I've got the
very.
rest of my life to do that. So like, I mean, but I have to start somewhere, which is probably why I should probably get better at the circle of fifths.
Got one thing at a time. Don't you have a dog as well?
I do, yeah. Nova, she's sleeping over there on the floor.
That's a good thing. Don't wake her.
Yeah, she sleeps all the time though. She's such a docile little thing. You know, she's just a sweetheart. She's just awesome.
What kind of dog?
She's like a Jackador, Jack Russell Terrier,
Okay.
and a Labrador, I think, something like that. But I think she's also got like some pit in her or something. Because she's just very stocky with a lot of muscle, but her head's like really small. Her and she looks like a loaf of bread. Like her body is really long. You know, she's got like all this like hair like just straight down like matted hair like on her back legs, but she's got like this huge puffy chest like full of like some kind of other kind of hair. I don't know.
Gotcha.
She's weird. My mom got me a DNA kit, and then it told me that she was like a mountain dog with something else, but it
You got
wasn't
a
like.
DNA kit for your dog.
Well, my mom did, and it was like a cheap one, you know, like one of those like $60 ones, and it's like, well,
Gotcha.
this is your dog's like an Akbash or like a you know like it's a Great Pyrenees like mountain dog kind of thing, and I'm like, that's not. She's like half of that size.
She
There's no
might be
way
a
she's a Great
she's a
Pyrenees.
fraction.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your chair for the music commission as well.
yeah,
Thank you for that. I mean, thank you
yeah.
for stepping in there and getting in there and going, "Hey, how you doing?"
It's very interesting, man. It's really interesting. People definitely look at you a little bit differently when you're there. Not because it's like a powerful position, but it's like you better do what I say, or you're not gonna.
I told you when
If
I
you,
first met you, you were gonna be in politics. You went, nah, nah, nah.
yeah,
2 years later, booyah,
yeah, good point, good point.
booyah.
It'd be really important if we could get this done here, Scott. It'd be
Like,
really important.
okay, but I'm not the only
Okay,
one.
yeah, right, exactly. I don't know.
It's part of being
It's a,
uh,
and
part of
like,
growing into the emeritus leader. That's what I've learned from a couple of
oh,
terms ago.
yeah,
I'm an no emergent. You are an emergent leader. You're learning and you're growing into the leader that you are meant to be.
thank you, Sonia.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you very much for that.
Even though I
I,
want to punch you in the head sometimes. Like my little brother. You are like my brother. I was like, dude, okay. Keep it going.
yeah,
Yeah, that's how much Scott and I have been bouncing it back and forth for the last 2 years. Like he's my brother for real. That one time we showed up at the same time at Rock and Roll Rental out of nowhere, I was like,
that
"What
was
are you
pretty
doing
cool.
here?" Okay.
That was actually really cool. That was pretty rad. I'm
He
not
had
gonna
just
lie.
finished the gig, and I had just finished the gig, and we were taking the gear back. I was like, "All right, well, okay, me, get to see you
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
after
It's like, is
not being
that
in public, right?" Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. Like just, I mean, straight up coming right out of lockdown and doing that,
Yeah.
and me being, I think that was the first time I had been in Rock and Roll Rentals in like at least a year, like in
Mm-hmm.
person, and I just happened to roll up, and then you happened to roll up, and it was just like the coolest thing ever. It was
Like,
pretty
huh?
cool.
Okay, we're gonna work
Yeah.
together. I can tell the universe is like, you're together. Keep
Hmm.
going. All right, fine. Let's see. Questions. Tell me what your first music teacher was like. What lesson did you learn from them that you still use today?
Okay, so I mean,
You're
I have not. I'm not prepared for any of these questions either. So
not supposed to be.
this is pretty awesome. So my first music teacher ever, his name was, I mean, I think he's still alive. I don't know, but his name was Don Dennis, and it was in Houston because I went to school in Houston, Hartman Middle School, and I wanted to play the saxophone, and I was with a friend of mine at the time, Jake, and we stopped being friends after the whole like when Trump got elected. It was just kind of like this weird thing. I probably should reach back out to him, but whatever. But he Don was like, okay, cool. Here's a saxophone. Go play it. And so I took it home and I was like trying to, there's no YouTube back then. It's like 94, 5 or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, there's no, you can't, if you want to learn something, you're going to have to go to the library to look it up, how to do it. Because there's nowhere else to get information from other than you checking out a book from this thing that's called a library where they have books there. So I didn't do that. And I was like, this thing has too many buttons on it and I don't know how to use it. And I need something with smaller buttons, but I do like music and I do want to be in the band. So he said, okay, well, let's swap this out for a cornet, which is like a smaller trumpet,
Mm-hmm.
basically. And I said, okay, what do I do with this? And he's like, well, we're playing this song. We got a pep rally coming up. Let me write out a few things for you, and you could just do that. And I'm like, okay. So he's got these 5 songs that we're gonna do,
Oh my.
and he's like writing out like 1, 2, 1/2, 1, 3, 2/3, and I'm like, what? I was like, what does this mean? He said, so here are the things. He just did it like right there in front of me. Just go home and practice this, and we're gonna practice when you're here, and we'll be good. Again, there's no YouTube. There's no like mini recorders or any of that stuff. That stuff just, I mean, spies have it, but we don't have it at this point, right? Like,
Wow.
so basically, I didn't learn music. I just learned how to play like all of these different songs based on the number of the valve that I would press. And
Oh my gosh.
that was my introduction to music, and it was like I ended up moving to the trumpet, and then with the trumpet, I ended up being like, I guess it was like first trumpet or something by doing just that. Like just no music, no like sheet music or anything at all. Like none of that stuff. It was just straight up like push the valve, blowing the thing, and that's the sound it's gonna
Didn't
make.
teach you an
That's gonna make.
embouchure or how to hold it or nothing. Just
Nope. Nope,
that's
none of that stuff.
that's
And
an interesting professor.
so then I'm like, oh yeah, well I'm a good musician. I'm a good guy. I'm a good trumpet player. So I go to high school, and then there's this guy, the teacher there. His name was Joseph Whitson. He was a hard ass. He was a real hard ass. And in order to be in the band, you had to try out, and you had to go through Hell Week. And it was like jazz band too, right? And so I get there, and we've got like, I don't have a trumpet, so he's like, so there's a trumpet there, and they just put sheet music in front of us like the first day, like first like day 1 hour 1 minute one. Okay, sheet music. Okay, and here we go. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, because I mean I can't read music or anything. And then they're like, and he stops the music. It's like that. I don't know if you've seen that movie, Whiplash, but like he stops the music and he comes over to me. He's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I don't know what this means. He's like, you can't read this stuff. I said, no. He was like, well, you're not gonna make it if you can't read this stuff. And I tried like really hard, and then so we I failed that part of it basically, and then there was like the part where you actually have to march like in unison and stuff, and like there was like left face, right face, and about face, and all that stuff, which I didn't know any of those maneuvers at the time, and so like we were standing in unison, and then we would make a left face or a right face or something like that, and when you if you missed it, you have to do like 25 push-ups,
Oh,
and then I think after I got kicked off the horn, I think I ended up doing like 200 push-ups that day, which I really only did like 50 and pretty much died. And then I was like, I think I'm done with music. So
that's
I
not
went to
nice.
do ROTC instead. So that's like I think that's my first.
And then you got your turn left, turn right, turn for cadence from
Yeah, that's
ROTC.
right. I did.
You
Yeah.
needed that first.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, did that first. Then I did theater, and then from theater I moved into film, and then film kind of slowly brought me back to music. It's a weird thing, but
That's a
yeah,
good journey you've had so far that you've had. That's
yeah.
because you can use all of that. That's going to be a movie. I see a Scott Strickland movie coming about.
That's gonna
You want
be
me to do what? One
yeah.
over
No, I don't.
two?
There would have to be like a like. I mean, Jack Black would be the guy that would play me. It's just like
Jack
I was
Black.
such
Oh
an
my
idiot,
gosh.
you know, like
He's wonderful.
yeah,
I love him so much. I'm like, yes, dude, yes.
yeah. What
Do the
about
act.
or Eddie Murphy or something like that? I mean, definitely, it would be a comedy. Like it would, it's like the bio. It's like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. You know, like
Funny.
it's supposed to be like this funny thing or this serious thing, and then I don't know. Anyway,
Do you wanna play us a song?
yeah. I
You,
mean,
you,
I
you don't
can.
you don't have to if you don't want to. I could pull up your video. You have videos on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Let
music
me,
video that I just
let's
I
do that. Let me go get the video. You talk about, let's see. Um,
That's kind of
you
cool.
talk
Listen, go ahead.
talk about. You have any? Are you from a music family?
No, wait a minute.
You're supposed to say yes. A music family, no. Okay. Let's see. Let me get something you can talk
I
about.
thought you like left by accident, and I'm just like,
No.
here. It's my show
Oh,
now.
here we go.
You know.
What advice would you give someone who is just starting out in the music business? And type your YouTube link into the private chat that's to the
To
left
the
of the
right.
screen,
Yeah, to the
right
right.
of the screen,
Yeah,
whichever.
yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Well,
So my hope, Scott, just so you know, is that I want this to go. I want to have a syndicated show like this. That's what I
Yeah.
want. That's my goal. Because as many things as I've learned how to do, I'm like, I got this. Just give me this shit money.
Yeah, I
It'll
mean, I'm
be
sure you get
fun.
there's sponsors and stuff, right? Like there's
Yeah.
people
There are
for
gonna be
that.
some brand ambassadors I know one day. But
Exactly.
right now, thank you so much, Sheila, for letting me be here on Austin Music Television, Channel 16. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We're gonna continue having our conversation with Scott. There we go.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Poof.
And
Wait, don't play. Don't play. Hold on. Wait a minute.
what's
Thank you. There you go.
you were
Not you.
you asked me something.
I
Oh,
asked you what,
advice.
yeah, best advice.
I would say that if anyone that's looking to start out doing this, like music or what have you, that you really kind of um, make if be comfortable in your own skin and know that you know your gut will inform you on what decisions need to be made and all this stuff. And you'll be okay as long as you can stay true to yourself and as long as you can really kind of like really tell your story um and just make good stuff, like make, even if it's just you in a bedroom with a pen and a pad, like just make write good songs. And when I say good songs, I want to take the relativity out of that. Like it's there's not like a good or bad. Make something that's good, that really feels good to you, something that you can identify with. And then once you have that, once you have that, then go share that with as many people as you humanly possibly can. That's what I would say. It doesn't matter if it's it could be a recipe, it could be a script, it could be um, really anything. Honestly, it could be a schematic for this new thing that no one's ever seen before. But I mean, before there were great things, um, there was always doubt. There there were always ideas, and then those ideas met with the cold, harsh world that we call reality. And then they were able to persevere, move through it, and and really make it their own. And so you really have to make what you're doing your own. And I think that's probably some of the best advice that I would give anyone that's looking to, specifically in songwriting, looking to make it.
That's powerful and truthful. Extremely powerful and truthful.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is Scott Strickland's song called LA. Bear with me. Let me cue it up the right way. Okay. Bring this over here. Make this like this. One day I'll have a whole team of people pushing all the buttons and I'll go, bleep, here's the video. And here we go. Okay, let's take us off. Poof, and there. Wow. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Saying that you wanna go back to LA, saying that you wanna quit your job, saying it drives you crazy. Taking everything that I gave you away, even all of the hearts, all the cards, all the letters on your birthday. Could have had me in the summertime, wind blows and the breeze is fine. California sky getting high on a Saturday afternoon. Saying that you wanna go back to LA, start over. Tell me all about the you did that day. Look at me and said I'm lying with a straight face. Lord knows that I did wrong, did a bad thing. Some bad things you just know that you can't erase. But you still could have had me in autumn when the leaves turn. Campfire in the wood burns. Texas orange sky getting high all afternoon. back to LA. It's not over. You can take it as you need it. Take your time in LA. I'll be here when you need me. Save me for a rainy day. But it never rains in LA. It's so hard to live your life if the world's on your back and you know. It's so hard to live your life if the world's on your back and you know. It's so hard to live your life if the world's on your back and you know. It's so hard to live your life if the world's on your back and you know.
Goosebumps. Your video gave me goosebumps, brother.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Thank
And
you. Thank
that's
you
a
so
good
much.
song. That's powerful. Do you wow. Okay, wait a minute. Still analyzing. Processing. Wow. Did you have a team with you editing with this? Did and the piano thing? Were you terrified that the fire was going to fall from the candles? Things that pop in my head. Uh, just
Thank you. It was I think the team in total, I mean, I think it was me and one other person, I think. It wasn't like a whole lot of was like a whole lot of people. And it was um I think Mike and Eric went in and did some stuff to give me some patches, as they called them, or some bounces of some stuff to kind of use with the video and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, so like me and my buddy Justin, he was actually a former student of mine when I was teaching college and everything, and he's since gone on to do really incredible, amazing things. Not because I was his teacher; it was because he's just an incredible, amazing guy, and he's a great photographer. Um, and he's a scenic photographer too. He's not like a I mean he's a portrait guy too. He can be a portrait guy, but he very much is about like scenic stuff. And I was like, well, this song's about LA. Like it could be really we could really do this song justice. I think if we went out there, and it was during 21. I think tickets to get out there were like 150 bucks round trip a piece. So it was like, okay, cool. And because I mean, we're still like kind of like in this lockdown mode. Everything was like really cheap to do. Um, so I was really grateful for that. I think we were able to get out there and get back and stay there for like 4 days for like less than $1,000. It was like crazy how cheap that was in LA to do that. And like a nice, like we had like a house to ourselves kind of thing. And we shot the footage, and I brought my drone. I brought all this gear with me. Some of it I rented from Austin Movie Gear, and they gave me a discount because I'm a teacher. So, or I was a teacher. Thank you, Austin Movie Gear. Anyway, um, we went out there, we shot the video, and we came back, and I didn't work on it for like a long time. I just kind of sat on it for a while, and I think that one of the reasons was, like, with the video, if it's not shot in the right frame rate, or if the If like, because I was listening at the time that I recorded the song, we were listening to a wasn't like the fully mastered version of it. It was just like a mix of it. So if it wasn't like, and it's got to be at like 48 or 44.1 or 48 or something like that, but the sample rate's got to be right spot on. If it's not spot on, it's like it's not going to match. So I was really worried that I would have done all of that stuff and then nothing would have happened. But and then it was also like an editing problem too. Like I was using Premiere to do that work, and then needed to move over to Final Cut to edit it, because Final Cut is just amazing for quantizing all the footage and everything. So lots of logistics and stuff had to be worked out. While all that's happening, though, we're also like getting the record done and getting it mastered and everything too. So I mean, I'm like basically it's like a team. I have a team now, which is great. Back then, I did not have a team, and um, it was hard to do.
Be
It was hard.
proud, brother. You have done amazing.
Thank you,
I don't,
thank you.
I can tell you when I get goosebumps for music that it means something. Last time that I know for sure that something like that happened was with Outcast and
Mm,
Andre 3000 when they popped off like 8 Grammys in a row. And I was like, yep,
yeah,
that's it. That's it right there. So
yeah.
that's the kind of vibe you just gave me. So
Thank you.
good, 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 good material. Okay, talk about what's coming up next for you. We got like 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, so we there's a I'm we're trying really hard to get another video done. I don't know if it's gonna happen though, but a new single I think is coming out in March before the release show, ahead of the release show, and we have a release show at the Paramount Stateside. So I don't know, like find I mean just find me on the Facebook thing. I think that's my personal Facebook. That's fine. I don't care. Like just message me or whatever, and get tickets to the Paramount Stateside. We have like 65 tickets left or something like that. It's not that many. Like it's 286 occupancy, I think, or 300 occupancy, and we have like 60 tickets left. So get your tickets before this show sells out, because it's gonna sell out. And I just did a gig with the band, the new band, um, last week, and it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. So yeah,
What
that's
day is the show?
April 30th at the Paramount, and doors are open at 7, and we'll go till 11. We have like an opener. I think there's a few people that are gonna say some stuff. There's gonna be a voter registration thing going on there too, and yeah, and then we'll take the stage and we'll do it. We got a few special guests too. So um,
So proud of you. So proud of you.
yeah,
So proud
yeah.
of you. Good
Thank you,
job.
Sonia. Thank you
Good
for all
job.
your help and your work and your just I don't know, like it's nice to have someone to run with, because I know that you know what
Oh
we do,
yeah.
and it's hard work. It's hard work, man. It's so hard, but it's so
Oh,
rewarding. Like you just got to kind of like count every single step. I think Shaka said that. Shaka Mahone, he said that a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, where it's like you got to measure your success by the steps that you're taking, not like towards you meeting the goal, but just like every day that you get to wake up and take a step to do something different, that's a success. So I'm trying to count my success that way, because like when you just look at, I know we have a little bit, we're short on time. Do we need to cut it?
you're good. Keep going.
Okay, I'll say this last thing. It's like hard, because you have like these. It's hard enough just to get what's in your head, on paper, or like on video, or on Spotify or whatever. But then after that, you start looking at like the vanity metrics and all that stuff, and it's like, oh well, that didn't really do what I wanted it to do, but it's doing what I wanted to do, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. And you're just like, it's like you think there's not a whole lot of engagement, you think you're being ignored, and it's just like you just got to keep going, like you just have to keep that up. And I'm very very encouraged, and Sonia, just thank you for continuing to encourage me, and I just love running with you, and you're great, and you are my sister, and I love you so much.
That's an awesome phrase to say. I love running with you. All right, let's go. We got things to do. Show.
Yeah.
Lift as I climb.
That's right.
That's my motto. Just keep
Hmm.
on moving. I'm not dead yet. Just keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm proud of you. You're doing an amazing job. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. This has been Mr. Scott Strickland, and my name's Sonia Javette, and we're gonna see y'all next time, next Friday, with my next special guest. Appreciate you. We out.